All right. Well, hey guys. My name is Nikki Timmons. I'm gonna introduce you guys to Allie in a second, but wanted to give you guys just a brief overview about Operation Parents and who we are. We are a nonprofit 501(c)(3) that exists to really educate parents about the prevention. So our formal mission statement is to love and support parents by providing real world information, connection, and hope. However, just to simplify that, really all we want to do is walk alongside families and really help them have these practical prevention conversations with their kids before it's too late. A little bit about me. I'm the project manager at Operation Parents. Really, the biggest part of that is I help just kind of research for the handbooks that you'll learn about, collaborate all of that, and put those together to be a really easy resource for parents, educators, professionals to use. And then, Allie, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, sweet. Hey guys, I am Allie Albright. I am a community advocate for Operation Parent. So really what that means is I serve the Southwest region of the United States map. And so I help our partners that utilize our resources really just be successful in getting those resources to the families in their community. And so again, we are nationwide. And so but lucky for us, our headquarters is in Kentucky. So just really just means, more partnership potential since we're in each other's backyards. And so I'm located in Mississippi. My husband and we're stationed out here, but again, Operation Parent, we live in LaGrange. So we're so excited to hang with you guys. Really what we're gonna do is we're going to kind of just walk you guys through the bones of Operation Parent, if you will, and just kind of share who we are, what we do, and really just show you the resources that our partners around the world are utilizing to engage their parents in their community and to really just help with prevention education. And so uh, glad to be here, excited to chat with you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to Nikki, and we'll kind of dive in.
Yeah. Wanted to start. We get the privilege to present to like the coolest people ever. We love talking with you guys that are like boots on the ground, like fighting for families, fighting for kids. So I just wanted to start. Just we are humbled to talk with you guys today, and honored, and thank you guys for doing what you guys do in Kentucky. Uh, I'm gonna start by giving you guys the free resource information. So we all love free stuff. I love free stuff. So I'll go through, I'll start with our live webinars, which is probably one of the things we're known most for. We'll walk into how to use our social media as a resource in your community. And then I'm also gonna walk you through resources on our website library. So with our live webinars. We actually had one yesterday. One or two of you guys may have been on that with us, but we typically have one a month. Operation Parent functions as the host of those webinars. And then we are finding experts in the field to come and teach. So it's very much like professional level, practical enough for parents, but we have a lot of professionals come in and join and continue their learning too. So we're having people who have like done specific research on these topics. So anywhere from technology in the home, screen addiction, to vaping, fentanyl, and a lot of mental health as well. Really, really powerful education, and it's always free, which is my favorite part. Really cool. So, we're all here living in Kentucky, and that is awesome, but I don't know necessarily how to connect with a professional who's doing all kinds of research on risky behaviors and addiction in Rochester, New York. And so the webinars are really unique in that you're able to connect not only the professionals in Frisky, but also parents in your community to an expert that otherwise they probably wouldn't be able to hear from. So we're inviting experts all over the country. And again, practical advice for parents, but also um, in the weeds just enough to where professionals can also gain some really good insight from those too. The format of those is 60 minutes of information and then a 30-minute live Q&A. And then the best thing is if you can't participate with the live webinar, usually they do happen during the workday. You can always register for those, and then you'll get a link the next day with a recording, which you're free to watch that on your own time, but also to share that out to however many people you want. So we really want our webinars to not just end when we go offline and we're not live anymore. We really want those to continue being utilized. And so if you were to register for one, get that link and you're like, man, my whole district needs to see this. It is yours, share it out. So our webinars are something we're really pretty well known for. Like I said, we had one yesterday, more about how to talk with kids about safe driving. So we discussed drunk driving and driving high. Um, we hit it from several different angles, not only like how to encourage them, like not to do those things, but like if they think they're about to get in a car with somebody that they've seen drink, how do you have that conversation? You know, it's kind of awkward to say, you know, hey, Aunt Crystal, like I saw you, you know, drinking a lot at dinner. Maybe you shouldn't drive. So you know, just giving kids agency and empowerment to kind of speak up. So that was yesterday's. It will be available online later today if you guys are interested. But we have one coming up. Oopsie. We have one coming up in December 11th. And it's going to be prevention, science, and action. So it's with Dr. Crystal Collier. Some of you, especially if you've attended our webinars before, have probably learned from her. She is so casual but knowledgeable. She's one of my favorites to watch. She's hilarious. And then Jake White is with an organization, Vive 18, who's really passionate about you know, encouraging kids like, yeah, life is awesome, life is great, and we should celebrate it. But how do we have fun without some of these risky behaviors or without substance use? So they're going to be joining together. That'll be a power punch of a webinar in December. Feel free to scan that QR code. I will show this slide again. If you're like, I don't even know you people yet, I'm not going to register for that. At the end of this, you'll be dying to. So just just wait for that. Um, this I call our brag sheet, but really it's here to just show you guys our webinars are growing and expanding. It's not a brand new program. So we've had a lot of webinars with a lot of presenters. And again, we are nationwide. And something really cool that I don't think we were really even noticing until we were like going to see like where all are we? You know, we've had people from 57 different countries tune in and view. So you know, really cool to also, again, just that reach. The more parents, the more professionals we reach for just to continue that education, the better. So a lot of you guys may work in schools or community groups where you have newsletters or emails that can go out. And so we've just recently been asked by a lot of schools to create something that they can put in their newsletters. So if you sign up with us, you can register for a webinar and select this, or you can just email one of us at the end of this, and we will be happy to send these your way. But we've created kind of save the dates so that you guys can find creative ways to let parents and other professionals in your community know about these webinars. So we've had people put them on their digital newsletters, their printed newsletters, print them out, simply put them in take-home folders, um, put them in counselors' offices or like kind of in one of those clear things at like the front school desk. Just anything to where a high parent population is going to come and see. But again, just a free resource that you guys can trust with really good research and information for parents on, how to reduce or prevent everything from vaping to anxiety. So really powerful stuff. Our social media is also another free thing that we do. So I know that sounds weird to say that it's a resource, but what we've really tried to do with our social media is not make every post so branded that it only makes sense on our personal social media. We've really wanted to make things look really nice, but simple enough to where anybody can share or repost, and it's not throwing off, anybody else's, social media look. So our posts, we do um, webinar posts on this, but the other things that we do is simply, parenting facts. We do some fun ones like what in the world is my kid saying? Because sometimes you hear something and you're like, um, what? Is that bad or is that just funny? So some fun things like that. Some more serious things like about naloxone, like what is it? How to use it? And of course, also just some facts and statistics to kind of get the parents, you know, knowledgeable about some things, but also encouraging them like, hey, it's time to just have these conversations. It's not about being scared, it's just about feeling equipped. And so any small conversation can be really powerful when it comes to our kids. And then finally, our resource library is full of webinars on our website. Our website is just simply operationparent.org. And when you go there, you can just click the webinar button. And if you scroll down just a little, you'll be able to see like our most recent, like 15 to 20 webinars. And then if you go to our YouTube, there's a easy way to access YouTube from there. You see all of our past webinars. So we've had some school districts or coalitions in the past that are the live webinar that was coming up didn't necessarily match what they were talking about that month. Maybe they have a themed month, or maybe they're centering everything around like anxiety awareness. And so this is something where they can come and utilize these previously done webinars, but again, download them, share them, just encourage people to get this really good, rich information and use it. So again, that's just operationparent.org and then the webinar page. And then you guys are free to use these, share these however much you want. Um, I really do encourage you all just to take a peek at one. I think after that, you'll feel really compelled, like, man, I got to get this out. I want everybody in my district to see this one. So please go give those a try.
Sweet. Awesome. So I'm going to kind of shift gears a little bit and we're going to kind of talk about our parent handbooks. I'm hoping some of you guys have seen them. So what you're looking at is our parent handbooks, and the desire of Operation Parent, you all, really is that we would continue to have resources that are up to date. They're very evergreen and easy to read, not a textbook, but very, very practical. And so you guys will probably hear me say that several times, practical. We're really passionate about being practical. And so Really what I want to do is kind of walk you guys through just at a higher level through some of the pages in our handbooks and kind of give you guys a glimpse of what parents are seeing when they're receiving these handbooks, that it's not, intimidating, but very informative. And so I'm going to kind of walk you guys through, we're going to go on to the next slide and walk you guys through our parent handbook, our standard middle and high parent handbook. So this is our audience is for parents that have middle and high schoolers. And so as you can see our table of contents. We cover a wide variety of topics. And so we do that because we know that everything is connected. And so we'll see uh, some of those different topics as we go through, but really just wanted you guys to see kind of the bulk of this handbook it's not really just one subject that we cover. We cover quite a bit. So on this next page, we can go ahead and select. Awesome. So this is our first chapter. This is at the beginning of our parent handbook. Um, and we really wanted our parents to know, like, hey, you have rights, roles, and responsibilities. And so it's called a call to parents. And so really we believe that, this kind of sets up a foundation for the rest of our handbooks. We really want our parents and our caregivers to know, like, hey, you guys have these rights, roles, and responsibilities. And so again, really wanted to kind of hone in on that. And then as we flip through in a couple of other topics, we'll see that the rights, roles, and responsibilities are at the beginning of these topics. So if we want to go back real quick, Nikki, I wanted just a really quick hit on this. This is one of my favorite pages, and I love them all, but this is a really cool page that we have in this first chapter. And tips for effective communication with your teen. And so we, again, just really want practical, just small nuggets that our parents can kind of check out and see and start utilizing within the walls of their home. And so as we're learning, all this information, as we're flipping through the handbook, we want our families to be equipped, and we want them to be able to be confident in saying, hey, this is kind of how I can mention this, or this is what I can start working on. And so, yeah, just wanted to kind of walk you guys through that. So this next chapter, we'll go ahead and let's go back real quick, Nikki. So our second chapter is our 21st century technology. And so as you can see, we see those roles, rights, and responsibilities that we just saw. And then in this next slide, what's really cool about this is we know that social media is a huge thing in our culture. And so we know that there's so many different apps, there's so many different things that we know about apps and that people can do on apps. And so what we really wanted to do is we wanted to lay out some of the most trending apps and kind of let parents know, hey, this is what these apps are made for. These are what are intended. But then also, hey, on the right side, these are some potential problems with these apps. And so we want, in this next slide too, it's kind of a closer look on some of those trending apps. But we want our parents to feel equipped to say, hey, I know about these social media apps and I don't know if it's right for you right now. And that's okay. And so just kind of wanted to walk through that. We really love those pages. And then I'll go ahead and hand it off to Nikki.
Yeah, I'm going to take the gaming section just because I have a lot of quote unquote gamers in my family. So I had to learn some of this. But again, with gaming, it used to be like, we would think like a certain kind of mostly boys are playing like in their den on their console. But now pretty much all kids are gaming in some way, whether it's on their phones or on a console, on their computers, iPads. There's just tech all around them. And so they're playing some sort of game. And again, the idea is playing games is not a bad thing. It's actually could be really great. Um, But, as parents, here's some potential guardrails we can set up through parental controls. We probably all know that kid that really struggles being pulled away from the game. And so just, some signs of, hey, when gaming addiction might be, kind of creeping up, here's some red flags to look for. Um, and then, of course, kind of the same thing as mirroring the phone app page is again when your child comes to you and says, "Hey, can I download Fortnite on my PlayStation or whatever it might be?" Just giving the parent a short idea of, what kind of game is Fortnite and like what do I need to consider. It's really simple. There's a lot of games that seem super, super harmless. They probably were created for kids and, appeal more to kids. But if it's online, they're really open to a lot of things that aren't in the game itself, but are still very risky. So, just letting the parent know about the online versus offline play as well. And then, of course, the two more popular apps for people that do game, Twitch and Discord. Um, and if you guys read through these, like, again, it's not like, hey, be afraid if your kid wants this app, like panic. It's really just, hey, parent, like, it's time to be informed. Here's the information on this app. Maybe that will spur a conversation with them. Or maybe the parent, does look and say, you're not quite ready for this one, or I'm not quite ready to monitor this one for you, which might be more the thing. But again, just digestible, easy information for people to just leave feeling equipped to talk with their kids or respond to their kid.
Cool. So, what we're seeing here, the next couple of pages, is our alcohol, nicotine, and drugs chapter. And again, really just wanted to walk you guys at a higher level through these pages, just because we wanted you to see, again, it's not a textbook, it's not anything scary. We don't have to be a scare tactic at all, but we can really just equip and give some good information and just some facts. And so here is the alcohol, a couple of the alcohol pages. And then I think next, yeah, just some good pages from the handbook, some pictures of what things look like. We know things are changing all the time. And so, I graduated in 2017 and I see these things that look like pins and they're not pins. And so, and if I'm not up to date, then I don't know. So, I know we're all in it together, but, so again, just really, yeah, good, some good information, some pictures, up to date statistics, and things like that. And then on this next slide, I really like this one because if you notice, so this is the cannabis and marijuana, a couple of those pages. And so if you notice that orange box in the middle, we know that marijuana is not what it used to be. And so even just equipping and educating parents on, hey, this stuff isn't what it used to be. So it's not, it's not what it was in the 80s and the 90s. It's very different and we need to know about it. And so again, just good facts, signs of, if you think your child is kind of dabbling in any of it, just some signs to look for, and things like that. So, and then this is our fourth chapter. It's our emotional and mental health chapter. And so this is, we cover anxiety, depression, suicide, things like that, and really just kind of, red flags, what they are, and really, again, kind of what to look for. Because remember, our mission is prevention. And so we kind of we want to get to the parents before all of this happens. We know that that's not always the case. But, our goal is to, hey, how can we have these conversations to equip our teens too, and things like that. So, this is our emotional mental health chapter. And then I'm hoping, yeah, so there's the depression, suicide, and just some good information on those. And then, okay, fun. So we just walked through our middle and high handbook. Again, so our handbooks are being distributed again in, public schools, churches, community organizations, so sheriff's departments, health departments, pediatric offices, a lot of different community partners. We came out with our middle high handbook in a local school district in Kentucky. They loved it and they were like, this is awesome, but hey, these things are happening earlier. And so we came out with a elementary school version. So parents of elementary kiddos. And it's really, as you can see, this is the table of contents. So we still cover a lot of this stuff, but it's really just a softer version. And Nikki, we can go ahead and move on so we can see. I love it. And so it's just simple and, give some really good resources. We know that in elementary school, lots of kiddos are asking for phones and things like that. And so as you can see, some resources up in the top right, and then in the bottom right, just some good action items. That's one of my favorites too, very practical. And so yeah, we can go ahead and move on, Nikki. So again, just really simple, kind of a softer version, and really just equipping parents to have these age appropriate conversations. So we know that we can still have these types of conversations. It just might look a little different for our elementary kiddo than our middle high. So that's our elementary parent handbook. And then, yep, there's the gaming again and things like that. So we kind of walked you guys through some of our resources, and then I just walked you through the parent handbooks. So again, we are nationwide, and so we serve people from all around the world. So we've had a lot of organizations kind of put together a list of ways that they were able to distribute these parent handbooks in their community. We know that, again, we're here in Mississippi, my husband and I. So the school systems here what works for them may not work for y'all in Kentucky. It just might look a little different. And so we know, we understand that the way we reach our communities and our families just might differ. So you guys can see this. This is a list of just ways that people have utilized the handbooks throughout their community. And I also have a PDF flyer of this. I'm happy to send it and see if Quentin can share that out to you guys. But really just wanted to show you guys that, again, that is, just some good ideas of how to utilize our resources. So
Awesome. We did want to tell you guys a little bit about an event toolkit that we've actually developed here at Operation Parents. It's an event that we put on for our community. We did it twice, and then it was kind of like, man, like the work has been done, like, and it was a lot of work. Like, what if we could package this idea up for other people? So we call it TNT. It's Trends in Training. And the whole idea is to simply, this one is to educate kids. So the event is really the heart of the event are those 5 drug fact posters that you can see covering alcohol, vaping, prescription drugs, marijuana, and fentanyl. And on those, there's 2 to 3 facts and then 2 refusal skills per substance. And the whole idea is we incentivize through prizes, pizza party, ice cream party, whatever they can earn tickets towards. These kids to, hey, go memorize as much as of these facts as possible, come back to the leader table, tell us these facts, what you have learned, and you'll earn a prize. So when we did it, we were just like, man, it's so cool that kids are earning all these tickets and everything. And I kind of went up to some kids, at the end of the event, to see, like, are they gonna know these facts? So kind of went around and asked them, like, hey, tell me one thing you learned today about vaping. And, it wouldn't be word for word regurgitated to me, but the idea was crystal clear, that it was dangerous, not for them, contains harmful chemicals that really could hurt their lungs, and it's not worth it. Um, so again, the idea is these kids are learning these ways to say no or facts to prevent them from just so easily saying like, sure, I'll take a puff of your vape or try this out or whatever it may be. So that's the heart of the program. We've developed all the marketing and promotional materials needed around that too. And then there is a manual just to walk you through step by step. Again, to make it easy, you all are probably super busy people. I can't like, especially in your line of work. And so, the idea of planning an event from scratch might be super daunting. And so we just wanted to package something together to make it a lot easier and partner with you guys too, help walk you through that. So if TNT is something that you're interested in or have questions about, we're about to answer questions live. Feel free to ask then. Or if you want to email Allie as your community advocate. Especially if you have like specific questions for your community about TNT or the handbooks or what that might be, Allie's the best one for those. And then if you want to send me any general Operation Parent questions or webinar specific, I'd love to take those. And of course, we're happy to answer whatever for you guys now. But if you think of something later while you're sitting down, maybe combing through the websites, maybe looking through a handbook that you might have if you saw us at Frisky, um, you know, um, bring it on. So, but really, I can't say this enough. We said parent, parent, parent a lot during this presentation. Of course, that's the heart of who we're trying to reach. But you guys, as the boots on the ground, I mean, you all are seeing these signs too, of like, depression or, somebody having self-harm thoughts or, dealing with substances. I just also, I think this is a really beneficial resource too, with just some kind of easy ways to start conversations with, people in your school community, kiddos, parents, all of the above. So yeah, we would love to answer any questions you all may have at this point. While we're waiting, I would also love if anybody just wants to celebrate the UK win over Duke last night. You can unmute and
Woo!
like be like, woo, because I had a hard time sleeping after that.
We
It was
got one. Yes,
exciting.
here. It's good.
Well, Nikki and Allie, I'll just say, if there's any information, like whatever you have, if it's PowerPoint, if it's to the links or whatever information you have, you can send that to myself or Beth Martin. We can get that sent out to the coordinators that were on here that would like it. And the survey link, they get an opportunity to say if they'd like to request some more information as well. And then we'll also attach it to the recording that we have as well.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Perfect. This slide is up, no pressure, but if you guys want to scan that QR code for the December webinar too, it'll take you right there to register for that. And so I'll leave that up. But if anybody needs our emails, it's just simply our first names. So Allie at operationparent.org and Nikki at operationparent.org.
Yeah, put it in the chat.
Okay, I see a question. How do we get the guidebooks? I think I talked the planning manual, but I think you're meaning the handbooks. So, Allie, you can answer that question.
Sure, yeah. So if you don't have one, we would love to send you a sample of that, just so that you can have one in your hands. You can kind of just flip through it yourself. And then, yeah, we can send you a sample of that and kind of talk through that and what that looks like. So, and then if, you guys get these handbooks and you're like, hey, we really want these uh, for our families in our community too. We can talk through that too and what that looks like. And so yes, if you do want a handbook and you don't have one, feel free. I think I might have just direct messaged just you, Quentin, but feel free to email me. Again, my name ALY at operationparent.org and just let me know and I'll send you one. So I'd be happy to do that. Perfect.
All right. Well, if there's not any more questions, we will end the recording. Then I will do some of the bit of the housekeeping stuff here at the end as well. So give me just a second here.